So I've got Stockholm Marathon in 5 weeks and I needed a little bit of a boost.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man.
Not that kind of boost. I needed something different, and so I bought these. That's my boost. Well, whatever it is, and this is my first impressions. So today's workout is 10k total, 1 kilometer warm up, and then 10k at marathon pace, and then a 1 kilometer cool down at the end. So yeah, it's running time. Let's get this workout done. So on foot, the Evo SL feels light and soft. It's not a particularly cushioned upper. I thought that there was enough cushion to sustain my form absolutely fine. And it's definitely a really comfy shoe. Like, I had absolutely zero issues with comfort. I felt like the lace lockdown was really good. I've heard people complain about the laces. I had no problem with that. I thought the tongue was really nice, light. The mesh is like crazy breathable. You can see your socks through. And I thought that the upper as a whole was really comfy. The fit of it itself was probably slightly different matter. I thought that the toe box was a bit baggy almost. Like, I felt like there was kind of like a space there that there was just like my toes could almost like have room to kind of do that and like flex up and like still not hit the top of the shoe. But then like the rest of the fit felt really streamlined, like nice and snug. Not like a race fit, but like you'd want a tempo shoe to fit. So I really enjoyed the fit of the body of the shoe. I was just not used to having so much space in the toe box. And it wasn't even like I needed to go half a size down, because the shoe definitely was the right length for me, but it was just like this sort of like gap there. I felt like when I paced up in this shoe towards marathon pace, it really comes alive, and it feels almost as if it's got like, it's like almost one of those carbon plated shoes where there isn't a massive plate in it. You don't really feel like a huge spring like the SC Elite V3 or what I've heard the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4 is like, where you almost get like just this sort of gentle snap, and that's what you're getting with this, because I think it's got what Adidas call a dog bone shank in, a dog bone plate in.
Molly, what's a dog bone?
But you do feel that, and when you go faster, it's almost as if there's not necessarily a plate there, but you feel like the spring from the foam, and you feel like as if there's the support there that you need to go faster in terms of that bounciness underfoot. So in terms of the ride of the shoe, I actually really enjoyed it. I think that it's got a springiness and a bounciness that is totally different to sort of the problems that I had with the Superblast when I kind of complained about them in this video. I think that's sort of, that slappy feeling is remedied by the fact that this shoe has more of a pronounced rocker, and so you almost feel a bit more guided through the foot strike, and that feels really helpful for me, or a runner of my cadence. It just sort of feels like I'm being helped along, and the massive amount of pep in the shoe also feels like it's helping me along, which meant for me that running at like tempo paces, as I said before, felt really effortless. In that run, I was running just slower than my marathon pace, and I actually felt as though, wow, this is just easy. I'm cruising. I'm having absolutely no problem getting these paces done. But unfortunately, I do think that all leads to a little bit of instability in the shoe. And that was that was something that I felt sort of from the get-go. I wasn't running at an extreme pace. I was running at or just above my marathon pace, so it wasn't anything crazy, but I kind of felt like it was just a little bit unwieldy, and when I was sort of tackling parts of the pavement that weren't completely like level, I would really feel offset because the shoes were just so lively in the bounce that like if the angle of like a paving slab was off, I would genuinely feel that. I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but they are really bouncy, active shoes, and there's like a proper pop from them when you step in. But yeah, when you do hit those sort of, if you struggle as you climb up the sort of pace ladder and you like reach closer and closer to your like VO2 max kind of pace, you start to, you know, lose control of your form and stuff like that. Obviously a great runner will be able to manage everything, but I'm not a great runner. And so as I am challenged by sort of those tiers of running, my stride and my form like loosen a little bit. And I felt like as I as I did some strides at the end of this workout, I did feel just that slight uncontrollableness in the shoe, which I think is really notable for runners that do need stability. I personally just come off running with the Brooks Glycerin Max, which is, I mean, that shoe felt super stable. I mean, it helps that it's about 12 foot wide and 12 foot tall.
Blah, 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 blah.
But it is a super stable shoe, and that really helped me. And so like transitioning straight to this shoe, they're completely different shoes for completely different purposes, but I did notice that difference. So I think my recommendation would be for this to be your tempo day shoe, and to use it as well for those long runs where you want to have some faster miles in, because I think it's definitely got the durability. And I've been really excited to go and take this out for a long run, but there's the problem with the shoe. Oh, you are messing. Oh, piss off. Oh my. Oh, lad. The bottom Adidas stripe on the right shoe is like peeling away after like one run, which is pretty heartbreaking, because obviously I thought that these would hold up for a little bit longer. And so I'm gonna have to return the shoes now. I got them with me. I didn't buy them from Next. And they're going back. So, Mr. and Mrs. Evo SL, or Pro Evo SL if they gave birth to the, anyway. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. So